Notice the firefighter on the ladder is not protected by a turnout coat, gloves, hood, or SCBA. This is a very common problem, which stems from underestimating the dangers associated with a common operation, or by focusing on an operation without regard for the surroundings. This is often called tunnel vision. The flames that burned this firefighter erupted when the roof and wall assembly of a high school auditorium failed. The initial flame contact lasted about 1 second and caused second and third degree burns to the unprotected portions of his body. Notice the lack of injury where suspenders covered the skin. Also notice the lines separating second and third degree burns, which approximates the level of the shirt sleeves. The presence of a helmet averted serious burn injury to the head and prevented the inhalation of fire or superheated gases. This incident leaves no doubt as to the importance of full protective equipment.
Finally tonight, the story of the sole survivor of a battle against a wildfire last year in central Washington state. Carter Evans tells us about his long road to recovery.
In this fire, Daniel Lyon faced the unimaginable. In blinding smoke, the engine he was riding in crashed.
All you see at that point is flame. The intense feeling that your entire body was burning.
He was the only one to make it out of the crash alive. Daniel's parents, Dan and Barbara, vividly remember the phone call from another firefighter.
He says, it looked like Daniel came, as an angel came running out of the flames of hell. And it was just, wow.
This is what Daniel looks like a year after the fire, with burns over nearly 70% of his body.
I mean, I thank God that I can still see.
His sight saved by these singed sunglasses. A watch still working is another reminder.
I kind of have a natural tattoo on my wrist now.
That's where the watch was.
That's where the watch was.
Daniel has now undergone 14 surgeries at Seattle's Harborview Burn Center.
I feel like I've come a long ways, but I also got a really, really long ways to go.
Did you feel guilty for surviving?
Yeah, of course you do. Survivor's guilt's a real thing. You constantly ask yourself, why am I here and they're not? Why was I given a second chance and they didn't get that second chance?
תסייעו לו, תעצרו את השריפה, תעצרו אותה. לך לשם, לך שמאלה.
Crews turning out to any fire must wear approved personal protective clothing appropriate to the task. This will include overalls or trousers and coat, helmet and boots. In addition, goggles, gloves and dust masks should be carried and worn as necessary to prevent injury and ease the effects of the smoke, heat, dust and burning embers you may encounter. For your health and comfort when working in hot conditions, you should wear the recommended minimum clothing underneath personal protective clothing. Ensure that it is loose-fitting and made of natural fibres. Heat and hard work can bring on dehydration. To avoid this, you should commence your fluid intake prior to starting work and continue to drink water, alternated with electrolyte replacement drinks, during your shift. When responding to the fire, seatbelts must be worn and helmets safely stowed or held. Wear approved personal protective clothing and equipment. Drink water alternated with electrolytes. Fasten seatbelts and stow helmets.